Yes, it's the Jim and Terry show, or the Terry and Jim. Finally, Jim is here. Yes, he had pancakes. I predicted that would be the breakfast this morning, and it was.
And since I listened to your podcast without me, I knew I was getting pancakes today.
Yes,
So,
yeah, it was prophetic.
Yeah.
I know
And
exactly.
the weather's a little bit bad, and the gas station didn't cooperate, and the accident at the end of Pefferlaw Road didn't
You
help.
must really like the sound of your own voice to make this journey. Put your voice on in front of a mic and suffer through all that trial and tribulation just to hear your voice.
Yeah, sure.
Well, let's give a shout out to our ones and twos, Bobby, if you're listening. Yeah, this will cover a lot of stuff. But perhaps let's start with what is good. You went to a Maple Leafs hockey game. I'm not worthy of that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, you know how they say "Go Leafs, go"? It should have been "Show up, Leafs, show up! Show up, Leafs, please show up! Show up, Leafs, show up!" It was great to go. It was very exciting before the game started. Seeing the lights again, they light the surface of the ice up
with
so
the razzle
bright.
dazzle and
then, but when they come out and the lights come on, you go, whoa, that's just like, the dawn. I don't know. It's beautifully lit up. But the Leafs played. They outshot Columbus, but it didn't take long into the game when you realized they haven't really shown up. Like, they're satisfied by shooting as you would warm up a goalie, Didn't look like any of the shots had anything to them,
Now, our ones and twos, you're listening, and Bobby, you probably are listening. Do you agree with Jim's assessment?
Yeah.
The Leafs didn't show up. Jim claims that it was a fake team, that somebody stole the Leafs, raided the locker room, stole their jerseys, and pretended they were the Maple Leafs because it was a different team.
Yeah, and well, Bobby, my brother Bobby, hi Bob, he told me, "I'm sorry, Jim, but this is what's going to happen," and he was dead on.
Oh, Bobby is a
Dead on.
prophet. How about that?
He's a hockey prophet.
We're
at
not
least.
worthy.
Yeah, he was dead on. And his whole thing is, Bobby's often said, when they've just come off a winning streak like that,
Yeah.
they're at home, they're eating meatloaf, they're having their wives.
What's wrong with
They're
meatloaf?
just the whole thing is they're just not in it, and they weren't. They would have had 60 shots if half the plays had have materialized. But they passed it, missed and passed, and the other person wasn't there. And
Too much passing.
well, people like Domi, go home. Why even have him on the ice? He didn't seem to make.
Okay.
Him and the fighter, whatever his name is, Bobby will know. They got in a fight within like the first couple of minutes of the game, and I'm not into the fighting part.
No.
Patted each other on the bum as they went to the penalty box. So they get 5 minutes to rest. So I don't care what they're getting paid, but jeepers, they got the first 5 minutes sitting in a penalty box with a fight. Apparently, maybe the announcers would have told us why.
Oh, you didn't even know why.
The game wasn't even on long enough for them to be mad at each other. So,
Well, let's use that as a launching point into the theme, which is keep your eye on the puck. Like, where is the puck going? This is sort of like the old Fox puck that had the blue streak. So
that was
American
just
audiences
stupid. That
could
was
tell where
stupid.
the puck was.
absolutely stupid.
Well, keep your eyes on the puck because, politically speaking, the puck is going in all kinds of places that you and I knew it was going to go. People kept saying, it's not really going to happen. Oh, what are you getting so hyped up about? Oh, what are you saying? It's not going to be that bad. And yet we have found, I've been quite, I don't know about depressed, and I don't even know about anxious, and I'm not a prophet, but I predicted, so many people predicted this was the way it was going to down. We knew it was coming, and yet the majority, not even the majority, the last vote count that I read, he didn't even get over 50% of those ballots that were cast, let alone 50% of the population.
But as he rewrites history, Terry, it's
There
going to
is
be
a
the
danger.
unbelievable
So keep your
landslide.
eye on the puck, because the puck at this point is going to be what we know to be true, the things you and I have seen and heard and bore witness to. I have a few books during the Trump 1.0.
Yes, I see that.
I bought the January 6th book so I could have a black and white version of it because I know, and you said that this morning, Trump will delete the videos.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna rewrite history. So it's up to Canadians and Mexicans and all kinds of different journalists, Denmark, and the various other countries to write it because right now the world is in trouble. Obviously I'm a glass half empty.
You're sort of an apocalyptic visionary. You see it as coming to an end. And, the ending that you would like to see is probably not a bad ending. You want it all wrapped up in a tidy bow with Jesus riding on the White Horse and coming back down and straightening out the record.
Yeah, well, that's what I would like, but I think we got a lot of crap to go through before that's going to happen.
Well,
I don't know
that
for
you a rapture
sure.
person?
But I did say, I don't know if I'm a rapture person, to tell you the truth. No, and we're not rapture.
To escape at the beginning of a tribulation, or to escape at the middle of the tribulation, the mill, pre-trib, blah blah.
Well, I like how the Bible's written that way because
you can interpret it any
so
way
be
you want.
ready. No, there's just various ways you can interpret it. Like, okay, first things first. I do think America is in dire strait trouble, maybe the wrath
dire straits.
Maybe the wrath of God within the next 4 years.
Is it the Strait of America or the Gulf of America?
And a lot of the reasons I do that is because in the disguise of religious vigor and zealotry, they're doing everything, against what the Bible says to do as a people. And the poison of
is this all Americans or some Americans, or who are you speaking
well,
of?
I'm really talking about mega.
When you say they,
mega Americans,
okay,
and I don't know, maybe all, because pride comes before the fall. Yeah, if you listen to Prophets, Priests, and Poets, my brother Bobby wants to throw up with the number of times I say pride comes before the fall. But obviously, I really believe that, and the sense of pride above, the inauguration to me was a mocking of God. It was a mocking of God, in my opinion. Up there, you had the wealthiest men, about $1 trillion worth of wealth sitting there. Trump put them right in your face. He wanted that. And God says you can't serve God and money. Pride, unbelievable, off the wall. If you thought American pride was annoying before, you see nothing now. They'll kill in the name of pride. The Proud Boy guy that just was released.
Yep, both.
He just got released, the Proud Boy.
Yep.
No regrets. Like no remorse about the cops dying or anything. Nothing.
The QAnon shaman was his first post after his release was gonna get me some guns.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Trump. Going to get me some guns. Now I'm going to get me some guns.
Yep.
So they're getting ready, and that's part of it. And I know people don't want to realize it, and they're not going to believe it. But part of what Trump's got going here is another way of flexing his bulliness, his muscle, by having a number of these vigilantes.
Oh, the militia.
The militia, it's just like a terrorist organization because they don't wear a uniform. Or they can take that uniform off easily and just be a part of the people.
I don't understand that because they are labeled domestic terrorists. Those militias have been identified and called domestic terrorists. So how do they get away with releasing them? If it was a Muslim or somebody from a religious cult or sect or somebody that was doing something in the Middle East, they would be arrested. But the domestic terrorists are not?
Well, part of them are part of
a jail-free card.
Part of a religious sect. And that religious sect is a form of godliness but denying the power.
Oh, there you go. This is Christian white nationalism.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, the inauguration, which I call the coronation inauguration.
You said it was going to be King Trump.
Trump.
Yet the whole reason for the American Revolution was to get rid of King George.
That's right.
So you've replaced. Oh, doesn't that sound a little bit like the Israelites asking for a king?
Yes.
Be careful what you ask.
Well,
for.
that's
They replaced.
To me, that's how I look at it, Terry.
Yeah.
It's just like them asking for, and God said, "Okay, you know, to
them
Solomon,
what they want.
give them what they want. They're not rebelling against you, my prophet. They're rebelling against me." And I believe America, right in the face of God, is like they did in Hollywood with the Globes. They mocked God, and now LA's on fire. I know-
Hollywood with the Globes? I'm sorry, I missed that reference.
Yeah, they were talking about God's not here, this all kind of thing, and I only heard
Is this
one.
Golden Globe Awards?
The
or
Golden
something?
Globe Awards.
Okay, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, and it could be the wrath of God, the fires. I don't know. I'm not saying it is, but it could be. 2 days later, and the place is burning, and the flames just came
So
up
the
again.
difference between you and I looking at these
Absolutely,
same things is that
absolutely.
you tend to see the magic stuff, which
Yeah.
is the intervention of a divine being, and I see it as human nature playing out in the worst possible
I understand
way. But
And I
we're
think
looking
most
at
I
this-
think most people see it that way. Your way.
But either way, whatever you see it, it is not good.
No, and the West will burn, and
Well, I hope not too much. You mean apart from California?
well,
Or is that another story for another
I mean,
podcast?
this is just the beginning. We're in the beginning,
Ah.
and Trump has ruffled the feathers. He's had the Danish authorities say, "F you, Mr. Trump." He's got Canada.
This is the Danes.
every week now.
I love Danish pastry.
Every week now,
Danes, what have they done?
The Canadian premiers are going to be getting together to discuss the crap that. If Trump's even bluffing, and I don't believe he is, but if he's bluffing, he's causing havoc
Yes.
to countries like ours that have to spend all that time, all that money, all that effort in countering your bulliness. He's just a jerk
your
in the
royal
highest
bulliness.
degree. He's a jerk.
I'm
your
chuckling-
bulliness.
I'm, I'm chuckling at this because this is gallows humor. We're going up to have the rope strung around our necks, and we're all going to die.
Yeah.
But we're laughing in the face of it.
Well, humor always is connected with trauma and disaster.
right.
Almost all of it. Nothing else is funny.
No,
You-
not as funny.
You
Ultimately,
Terry, I drove here. My car worked perfectly fine. It's not funny, but I drove here and I can't believe it. I got a flat. As it was changing, the back one blew out. Like that kind of thing. Or a cop car ran in the back of my car. But if it's just I had a fine drive, the windows were down, you may say that's wonderful and pleasant, but it's not funny.
we are going to find a way of framing life in Trump 2.0 as normal, and I don't want that. I want nothing to do with normalizing
he's
this.
going to make it not normal. Everybody,
we have
even his own, are going to say,
We're going
"What
to
the
talk
hell have
about
we
religion
done?"
again in the second podcast. We're
Okay.
just getting warmed up. Take another slurp from your coffee, my friend. We're going to get back at it. Bye-bye for now.
And Lord help us.